So today we're going to be talking about the CPR drill, which stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. It needs to be done to revive a dog that has gone into a cardiac arrest or a respiratory arrest. What precedes the CPR drill is making sure that you have complete monitoring of the anesthetic parameters. For example, the heart rate, the respiratory rate, as well as the mucous membrane colors. The red flags for us is that if the heart rate goes below 40 beats per minute, we need to make sure that we are more vigilant because this animal is going into bradycardia. Similarly, with the respiratory rate, our red flag is 10 breaths per minute. Again, we need to become even more vigilant to see how many breaths the animal is taking, or if it is going in the case of hypoxia. The mucous membrane colors of the tongue, make sure that the animal is, if it's pink, the animal is well oxygenated. If it is going to paler and more blue, it means that the animal is not receiving enough oxygen and something needs to be done about this. As we're keeping an eye on the respiratory rate and the heart rate, if we have a case of bradycardia, we can go for a drug known as atropine at 0.04 mg per kg body weight IV, and then check if within 5 minutes if the heart rate comes back up to normal. If not, and if the heart rate is becoming even more slow or has stopped, this also has to be monitored continuously to catch it in time, because the faster we catch the arrest, the more the chances are that we can revive this animal. So if the heart rate stops, then we can go for adrenaline. First we go for adrenaline at its low dose, which is 0.01 mg per kg body weight, simultaneously we can start the compressions, or the chest compressions, which will coincide with trying to pump the heart, trying to keep the heart moving and trying to pump the blood throughout the system. You will have to immediately go in for intubation. So a quick calculation of what the ET tube size will be: a quick inverted intubation if the animal is in dorsal recumbency. You will have to intubate the animal and then start with the ambu bag compressions as well. So even before intubation, the chest compressions can be started. The chest compressions need to coincide with the normal heart rate of the animal, which can be about 80 to 100 beats per minute. And similarly, the ambibag compressions need to coincide with the number of breaths that the animal is taking. So that needs to be about 10 breaths per minute. And you need 3 people to be going on with the CPR cycle. So there's one that is monitoring the parameters, one who is doing chest compressions, and one who is doing ambibag compressions. There's a natural tendency to become fatigued when you are going for compressions. It can be quite a energy intensive process. That is why you need to have a couple of people rotating, so that the team is not fatigued while going in for the CPR cycles. Another drug that can be used in the CPR cycle apart from adrenaline is doxapram. It is a respiratory stimulant, but it can be used only in the case when the animal has 100% oxygen available. Doxapram is a little bit more advanced drug and may not be available in basic CPR kits, so we have to work with the drugs that we usually have. It is definitely imperative to have adrenaline at your disposal, especially when you're going in for surgical procedures, because it is one of the main drugs that is important in the CPR cycle. After which you can go in for a higher dose. After giving 2 low doses of adrenaline, you can go for 1 higher dose of adrenaline, and then and then check the parameters. So the basic protocol that needs to be followed follows an acronym called ABCDE. A for airway, which you have to secure with the help of an ET tube. Breathing, which you have to make sure that you supplement with the help of an ambibag. C for circulation, which you have to make sure you continue regardless of whether the heart is stopped or is still working. You need to give the compression so that the circulation is continuously happening and the cells receive oxygen. D for drugs, the drugs that I mentioned: atropine when the heart rate is still present but is bradycardic, adrenaline for when the heart rate has stopped, doxapram to stimulate the respiration in presence of 100% oxygen. E for evaluation, to make sure that your IV line is in, to make sure that your ET tube is in, to make sure again and again after one CPR cycle whether the CPR cycle has been successful, to check whether the heart rate is there or whether spontaneous breaths are there or how feeble or weak the pulse is. So basically the acronym ABCDE helps us follow the entire CPR cycle and remember everything that we have to do in case of an emergency. CPRs are more of a function of coordination and communication between teams. It's important that everybody knows what job they are meant to do. It's important to have mock CPR drills at least once in a couple of weeks, to make sure that assistants and veterinarians know their responsibilities and are able to act fast in cases of emergency, because in these kind of emergency situations, time is going to make a very big difference. Thank you.